everybody. Welcome to One Drink, a podcast where we talk about one topic for one drink. I'm Matthew.
I'm Ryan.
And we are going back to the 80s again. This week, we're talking about Pee-wee's Playhouse. Holy moly, was this guy wildly famous.
Wildly famous and just simply wacky.
Yo, yeah.
Attention deficit disorder, just like...
So, when this came out, it was completely different from everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Literally everything on TV.
Yeah.
He was one of... how would you explain him?
Well, I'd say he was Mr. Rogers on cocaine.
Yeah, yes. He had that...
Won't you be my neighbor?
Yep. He had the laugh. He had the way he talked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it was incredible.
Yeah. So it was a character that he developed in 1977. He used to be part of a comedy troupe called the Groundlings.
Okay.
There was a couple other famous people in there, like Phil Hartman was in there as well.
Oh yeah.
So they just came up with a practice thing one day and said, come up with a new character, and he came up with Pee Wee Herman.
Man.
Yeah.
And so, a funny fact that my girlfriend, she's like, what are you doing the show on? I said, Pee-wee's Playhouse, Pee Wee Herman. Never heard of him.
What?
Yeah. I said, you've never heard of Pee Wee Herman?
Oh my gosh.
She goes, I'll be honest with you. No clue who he is.
What is she, 12?
She's 10 years younger than me, but damn.
Right.
I was just shocked because I figured everyone at some point knew who this guy was because he was so different.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Pee-wee's Playhouse, I mean, it was for kids, right?
It was for kids. It initially started out as a stage show.
Yeah.
I think it was in like 1983. But it was a stage show focused for adults, like adult humor and everything like that. And then, he went on to do turned it into like a kid's show for a Saturday morning.
Yeah. Now during this show, if anyone remembers, he had characters.
That's right.
Certain little characters that stuck out each show that,
had to fill the Playhouse out with some characters.
Yep. So then he had Jambi.
Jambi, yeah.
He was the
genie in the box.
Yeah.
And then grant Pee-wee wishes.
Right, and then what was the famous saying?
Mecca lecca high, mecca hiney ho. Yes. Mecca lecca high, mecca chiny ho.
That's the one thing I remember from that show. Yeah. I think everyone has to.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That stuck out more than anything in the show.
Yeah. Wish? Did somebody say wish?
And then he had that Cherry.
Cherry, yeah.
Was the chair, of course.
His favorite recliner chair there.
Yep, and then he would always sit in or whatever.
Yeah.
And the chair talked.
The chair talked. Yeah.
So
it was just a big puppet.
Yeah. Could you imagine now, watching that show, just taking some mushrooms or something?
Oh my God. I don't think you'd have to take mushrooms.
You would just be like, what the hell is going on?
The floor is talking.
Not that I condone taking mushrooms, but it would be a fun episode to watch.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely. That'd be a lot of fun, actually.
God. Then they had Globey.
Globey, oh my God. I think he was my favorite.
The Globey?
Yeah, I don't know, just the way he talked was like...
Yeah.
Like, Pete would bring up something and he'd be like, oh, that's in Brazil. And Globey would be like, that's over here. And he'd turn and show everybody where Brazil was.
He did
Eyes
have
not
that voice.
moving, just like, just like... Africa's over here.
Oh man, I forgot about that. Son of a bitch.
I think that's why he's my favorite.
Yeah,
now silly.
Now that you say it, he was great.
Yeah.
God damn it. And then there was that Cowboy Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
He turned out to be a famous actor.
He sure did. Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne,
Yeah.
yes.
And,
see, that's the thing is, like, you got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? And,
yeah.
And he started. I'm sure he acted before that, but his big break was this show.
Yeah, he had a couple roles. I think he was in Apocalypse Now. He was one of the soldiers in that, one of the characters in Apocalypse Now. And then, Pee-wee's Playhouse, and then went on to do, Boys in the Hood.
Oh, yeah,
and then
yeah.
The Matrix.
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was Miss Yvonne, wasn't
Miss
that?
Yvonne.
That was his crush, or
Yeah, kind of a love interest.
yeah, but not his girlfriend or wife.
Yeah. He was too much of like a boy man to say that it was his girlfriend.
Oh my God, yeah. And then the King of Cartoons. He knew everything about the cartoons or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't really remember him.
He would come in every episode
Yeah?
to the camera, like a Jesus,
If you
reel
say-
to reel
Oh, okay.
projector, and let the cartoon begin, and just show like a weird antique cartoon from like back in the 30s and 40s. That was like
Man.
some wacky stuff if you were on mushrooms.
That's what I'm saying, see? Everyone's going to be like, yo, I did mushrooms and watched Pee-wee's Playhouse. We're going to be like, yeah, we did too. It's fucking
Don't ever
awesome.
suggest that again.
But yeah, that was the premises of this show is, he was a goofy guy, and in his Playhouse he had all these, caricatures and
toys and
toys that talked.
characters. Yeah.
This is what was really cool, though. So he had that gray suit, red bow tie, white shoes, right?
Yep.
So that kind of made him who he was, right?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
goofy,
Yeah.
him. But it originally wasn't going to be that.
No, was
It
it?
was going to be something else.
Oh.
But I forgot what it was. It was just going to be like another suit, but not that type of suit.
Oh, okay.
So it was a loner. So they were like, oh, we got to do the show. So then he's like, all right, that was the only thing he had. So that's how it all started.
It did look small on him, like he was like high waters.
Yeah.
The pants
And
were
then the white shoes, and he was originally going to just put a regular bow tie. But then he
okay.
said, he's like, oh, I got to put something different on. A red one to stick out.
Oh, yeah.
So now when you look at him, right, you can't see him any other way.
No,
Except
that's
for because even, anything that he did Pee-wee related was in that gray suit.
Yeah.
Now, wouldn't it just be crazy, like, if that never happened? You know what I'm saying? We'd be looking at him in a totally different. It wouldn't be. I guess we would adjust to it.
Yeah.
But it just.
That was Pee-wee.
The short,
the
tight.
suit, the bow tie, especially the bow tie, boomerang bow tie.
Yeah.
And just like, that was Pee-wee Herman.
Yeah.
It would be kind of weird if it was anything else.
Oh my God! So it's just funny things like that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with history. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you did this instead of this, we would be saying or doing something completely different.
Yeah, if he was dressed differently, then we'd be like, oh yeah, that's Pee-wee Herman.
Right.
Isn't that like a butterfly effect or something?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but the thing that's cool is you like Cheech and Chong, right?
I love Cheech and Chong.
They're great.
Yeah.
And you could even smoke weed and watch Pee-wee's Playhouse, and you'll still get the full effect of.
I've done that too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're just like, did that chair just talk? Especially if you got some good shit.
Whoa, that ice cream soup looks amazing right now.
Where's Brazil? Wait, what?
That's over here.
But yeah, so Pee-wee, Paul Rubin, he was in the Angry Hotel. He was the Angry Hotel clerk in the Cheech and Chong's next movie.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Was he Paul Rubens or Pee-wee?
he was Paul Rubin.
Okay.
Yeah. But he was just the angry clerk. So he
okay.
he was or is an actor
Yeah.
originally.
Yeah,
So-
he started out, like I said, on the Groundlings, and then he did little movies here and there.
Yeah.
And then he found Pee-wee Herman.
Did you ever see him in Blow?
Oh, yeah.
He
looks
was
awesome
good in
in
that.
there.
That was a great role. It's just
I
like,
know.
man,
He looks awesome.
you wanna see him as Pee-wee,
Yeah.
but he killed it in that.
I think that's like his first come out role after Pee-wee, just like,
Yeah.
okay, put Pee-wee in the box.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to do some more serious stuff.
Yeah, and he killed it in that.
Yeah, yeah.
That was awesome.
That movie is so good. That come out in the 80s? Can we cover that one?
I don't know. It was based in the 80s, I think, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, 70s and 80s. Yeah. But yeah, he the whole show just came about. He pitched it. Well, first came in 1985 came Pee-wee's Big Adventure, the movie.
So the movies, I mean, those were huge too,
Dude,
So
Big Adventure is one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
That's what I'm saying. So like when Christy said she didn't know who Pee Wee Herman was, like I figured he was globally known around the world for those 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it was huge.
Yeah,
like,
he hit hard with that movie. Like,
yeah,
that was huge. That came out the same year as like he beat like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and
which was a great movie too.
I think Goonies came out that season, that year. He didn't beat Goonies.
No, Goonies was great.
Yeah.
God. So speaking of the movies, the budget was $7 million to make Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh yeah.
It earned $41 million at the box office.
Jesus Christ.
So he cashed in.
Yeah.
You know? And then also there was a Pee Wee Herman 2.
Oh yeah, Big Top Pee-wee.
Yeah, which they should have just left Pee-wee's Big Adventure alone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was one of those movies, like I always say, just leave it alone.
Yeah, just stand alone.
You don't need a sequel. You don't need a remake. You don't need nothing.
No.
So yeah, that, and then he was also known for that dance. Remember
in the motorcycle bar.
Yeah, but and it was a very simple dance. It was just something like this.
He went to the motorcycle bar, and they were about to kick his ass and kill him. And he was like, "Well, before you kill me, how about can I get one last request?" And they're like, "Sure, go ahead." And he asked the dishwasher guy to borrow his platform shoes.
Yeah.
And he put on these platform shoes, and he did like a tippy toe dance on the bar to Tequila.
Yeah. That's right. Damn it.
He's like,
yeah, and it was a very...
And everybody was doing that dance.
Everybody, dude.
After they saw that.
That was just as big as, like, the Macarena. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody's doing everyone was doing that damn Pee-wee dance.
Yeah, except it's not performed at weddings.
No, hell no.
Did you imagine?
I actually have a wedding tomorrow that I might bust that out in.
Oh, yeah, you gotta put that one, you gotta put that request into the DJ.
Put it in and then just start doing the Pee-wee dance. So yes, Pee-wee's, and then also, now, when you make it big, when you're huge, famous, entertainment, when you get a doll made after you, you've made it when you get a doll.
Oh, yeah.
So these Pee-wee dolls were huge.
Huge.
I remember everybody had one.
Yeah.
Like, even if it was just, you didn't play with it, but he made so much money off.
Yeah. Merchandise, stickers, dolls, posters. The doll talk, too.
Yeah.
Talking Pee-wee.
So you pulled the string and it was, all his funny sayings and...
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Fun fact about that. So the doll was made by Mattel.
Okay.
Mattel also made a Freddy Krueger talking doll at the time.
Nice.
So can you imagine what happened at the factory when those voice boxes? It happened.
Oh, it did?
The voice boxes were sometimes mistakenly switched, so you'd have a Pee Wee Herman that would talk like Freddy Krueger.
Oh,
and you have a Freddy Krueger with a Pee Wee Herman voice.
That would be so great. Could you imagine, even if you're like a collectible, you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, if you found that one, it's like a gem.
And now, if I was in the factory, though, and, you're making these two, I mean, you almost have to just be like, check this out. You know what I mean? Like, whoever gets this is going to be fucked.
Kid gets a Pee Wee Herman talking bell. Now you must die!
This ain't scary. Oh, right, but it's Pee Wee Herman.
Kid pulls the string.
Oh, shit.
Your nightmares.
Right. Mom! And then the other dude gets, Freddy Krueger. He's like,
he's waiting for a fucking.
And they what am I? Oh shit! So yeah, when you check us out, listen to our voices on all major platforms. Watch us on YouTube. You can get all our information on Facebook. We're on all social media sites. One Drink Podcast. You'll find us. Can't miss us. Until next time. See ya.